In today's video, I am giving you 3 optimized Town Hall 15 base design. We've got a farming base, a ranked base, and a war base. So stay with me through all 3 because each one has its own logic and its own smart design choices that you are going to want to understand. Let's get into it. Alright, starting with the farming base. The entire philosophy here is simple. Keep your loot completely unreachable. So the first thing you'll notice as this goes up is that the town hall is sitting right in the center of the base. Now wrapping around that core compartment, you'll see all the storage buildings going in. Elixir storages, dark elixir storage, gold storages, all of them clustered tightly around the town hall. The Giga Inferno on the town hall can provide active defense coverage across all of those storages from right there in the center. That is the first layer of protection. Now, here's where it gets smart. Think about the most common farming strategy right now at Town Hall 15, Valkyrie spam. Players drop Valkyries all around the perimeter, they hit 50% destruction fast, they take the loot bonus, and they leave. They never go deep. They don't need to. So this base is specifically designed knowing that. And for sneaky goblin attacks, same principle applies. Goblins get their invisibility on deployment, but by the time they tunnel through the compartments to actually reach those storages, that invisibility is gone. And at that point, they are walking directly into multi-target Inferno towers, Wizard towers, and scatter shots. All 3 of those are placed close to the storages specifically for this reason. Now watch where the traps are going in around the perimeter and along the outer compartments. Giant bombs and spring traps are positioned along the natural Valkyrie walking paths. That is your counter to Valk farming. And on the air side, seeking air mines and air bombs are positioned to punish anyone trying a dragon farming strategy. The strength of this base is in its layering. It does not try to stop every attack, it just makes sure the loot is always the last thing an attacker reaches. And between the trap placements, the splash defenses guarding the storages, and the sheer depth of the compartment design, most farming raids are going to leave empty-handed. Now let us move into the ranked base, because this one has a completely different set of priorities. This is your trophy pushing base. Everything in this layout is about protecting your town hall, shutting down the most dangerous high-level attack strategies, and making it as difficult as possible for opponents to get a clean 2-star. So the first thing to understand about this base is the layout philosophy. The town hall goes dead center, and the eagle artillery is placed far away from it. The clan castle sits right between them, acting as a bridge between the 2 most important targets on the map. Around the town hall, you are going to see all 4 heroes, both expos and both spell towers. One spell tower is set to invisibility spell, the other to poison spell. That cluster around the town hall creates an extraordinarily dense defensive zone. Any ground or hybrid attack trying to close in on the town hall is going to walk into heroes, expo fire, and active spell tower coverage all at once. Now look at the northern section where the eagle artillery is sitting. All 3 Inferno towers are placed around the eagle artillery up there. This is a deliberate concentration of high DPS defenses on the north side. And on the left and right flanks of that eagle artillery, both air sweepers are placed facing north. That is your blimp shutdown. If an opponent is trying to funnel a super minions blimp or any kind of airdrop attack from the north, those sweepers are going to push them back and buy your defenses critical extra seconds to respond. Now putting all 3 Infernos on the north does not leave the rest of the base exposed. The scattershots, monolith, and remaining expos are distributed across the center and south to make sure there is no soft side to attack. And in the south, where Royal Champion charges are most common, there is a dedicated Tesla farm waiting. Tornado traps, skeleton traps, and giant bombs are all positioned along those southern compartments specifically to disrupt and destroy Royal Champion charges before she can do meaningful damage. If you are finding these base breakdowns useful, go ahead and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel, and I will keep putting out high-quality content like this. Air defenses are spread across the base in a way that makes it hard for opponents to get spell efficiency during air attacks. All the splash defenses, your wizard towers, bomb towers, scatter shots, and mortars are distributed all the way across the base. And notice the mortars are going outside the walls. That is a specific choice to counter flame flingers. A flame flinger that cannot find a clean angle on compartments is a wasted deployment. On the trap side, giant bombs and spring traps are along the Hog Rider pathing. Air bombs and seeking air mines are placed in front of the main defenses to punish Electro dragons, balloons, and other high-priority air units. And finally, the storage buildings are being placed directly in front of the expos and the monoliths. What makes this ranked base strong is that there is no obvious weak side. The northern cluster punishes aerial approaches and blimp tactics. The central town hall cluster is a nightmare for anything trying to 2-star cleanly. The south is trap-heavy and built to absorb royal champion charges. Every direction of attack has been accounted for.
Now let us get into the war base, and this one is my personal favorite of the three because it is genuinely designed to confuse and punish. The goal here is simple: make it nearly impossible to get 3 stars. The design philosophy is unpredictability, and you will see exactly how that plays out as the build goes up. Start with the core. All 3 Inferno towers are placed in multi-target mode directly around the Rage spell tower. That combination is brutal. The Rage spell tower amplifies the already high DPS of 3 Infernos simultaneously, creating a damage zone in the center of this base that shreds almost anything that walks into it. But here's the key design choice that makes this base genuinely unpredictable. There is a dead zone built between that high DPS core compartment and the town hall compartment of the base. That gap is intentional. When attacking troops push through the core toward the town hall, they hit that dead zone and split mid-battle. Troops scatter in unpredictable directions. The opponent suddenly cannot time their spells cleanly. Hero abilities become harder to activate at the right moment. It is a decision-making nightmare at the worst possible time in the raid. Now, the Town Hall and the Eagle Artillery are placed on opposite ends of the base. Town Hall in the south, Eagle Artillery in the north. That separation is the structural backbone of the entire layout. Here's the choice it forces on every attacker. If they go for the Town Hall first, the Eagle Artillery is hammering their troops the entire time from the north. On top of that, they hit the Tesla farm placed outside the walls in the south early in their push, and they have to deal with Clan Castle troops because the Clan Castle is also placed in that outer southern compartment. By the time they have dealt with all of that, they are nowhere near the Eagle Artillery, and the clock is running. If they go for the Eagle Artillery from the north instead, by the time they cycle all the way south to the Town Hall, they simply do not have enough army left to destroy it. Either path leads to the same result. They are struggling to find that perfect 3 stars. And if you want to see a new base design breakdown every week, subscribing to the channel makes sure you never miss one. Alongside the Town Hall in the south, all 4 heroes are placed there, along with an Expo, the Monolith, and an Invisibility spell tower. That makes the Town Hall the single most defended location on the entire base. Anything trying to 2-star this layout has to fully commit to killing that cluster. In the side compartments where Royal Champion charges are expected, skeleton traps and giant bombs are waiting. Bomb towers and scatter shots are distributed across the whole base to deal with large groups of troops. Spring traps are set along Hog Rider pathing. Air bombs and seeking air mines cover the front of the main defenses for Electro dragons and balloons. And just like the ranked base, storages are used strategically in front of the Inferno towers, Expos, and Monolith to absorb damage and delay attackers from reaching those defenses. The war base is strong because it does not play by the expected rules. The core does not sit in the obvious spot. The Town Hall and Eagle Artillery are deliberately separated to create a no-win scenario for attackers. The dead zone splits troops at the worst possible moment, and every direction of approach has trap coverage built in. This is a base designed to make coordinated 2 stars feel like hard work. And that is all 3 bases wrapped up: the farming base, the ranked base, and the war base, all built for Town Hall 15 and all designed with a clear purpose. Let me know down in the comments which of the 3 you are going to use. Are you running the farming base to protect your loot grind, pushing trophies with the rank layout, or locking down your war map with that unpredictable war base design? Drop it below. I read every comment.
And if you want me to do a full base design breakdown for a different town hall level, tell me which town hall you want to see next and I will get it on the schedule. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button now. I drop new base designs regularly and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Until next time, keep clashing.